हमें डॉक्टर बाबू और घर वालों के उठने से पहले इस घर से निकलना होगा।
Welcome to CBSE Express. Today's topic is components of the blood. Let's begin with part 1. The subtopics which will be covered are components of blood, functions of blood, functions of components of blood. Now let's begin with components of blood. The components of the blood are red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. Here is the diagrammatic representation of components of blood. 1 RBC, 2 WBC, 3 platelets, and 4 plasma. Blood is the only connective tissue which is in liquid state in human body. These are the functions of blood. 1. Transport of oxygen from lungs to body tissues. 2. Transport of nutrients from digestive system to the cells. 3. Removal of waste material from the body. 4. Regulates body temperature by expanding or contracting blood vessels. 5. Transport of hormones from glands to the target organs. 6. White blood cells protect against infection. 7. Platelets and clotting factors in the blood promotes the coagulation process which prevents excessive blood loss after injury. 8. Blood helps maintain the acid-base balance in the body. 9. Regulates the electrolyte balance. And 10. Facilitates the exchange of gases and nutrients. Let's study each and every component of blood in detail. Let's begin with red blood cells. Their shape and size. Shape is biconcave, that is disc-shaped. Imagine two saucers adhered back to back. Diameter is 7 to 8 micrometer and thickness is 2 to 3 micrometer. This structure helps them to maximize surface area for gas exchange and flexibility to travel through narrow capillaries. Percent-wise, they are 40 to 45% in blood. Let's study RBCs in detail. Let's begin with their primary function. Primary function of RBCs is to transport oxygen from the lungs to tissues and carry carbon dioxide back to the lungs for exhalation. Second point is hemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? It is an iron-rich protein that binds to oxygen and gives RBCs their red color. Remember this very well, that the red color of blood is because of hemoglobin, which is a red colored pigment, and its red color is because of iron present in it. Its average lifespan is about 120 days. Production. Many people think that RBCs are produced by heart, but heart is merely a pumping machine. RBCs are neither produced by heart nor by kidney. Kidney filters blood. Where are RBCs produced then? These are produced in bone marrow. It is a part in your long bones. This is done through a process called erythropoiesis, stimulated by the hormone erythropoietin mainly released by the kidney. Such organs which produce RBCs are known as erythropoietic organs. One more unique feature of RBCs is they are anucleate. That means mature red blood cells do not have a nucleus or other organelles such as endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes. This maximizes the space for hemoglobin so that it can combine with thousands of millions of molecules of oxygen. RBC count. It varies by age, sex, and health status. Normal range for men is 4.7 to 6.1 million cells per milliliter. For women, it is 4.2 to 5.4 million cells per milliliter. Energy source of RBCs. Since they lack almost all the cell organelle, including a very crucial cell organelle that is mitochondria, RBCs generate energy anaerobically, that is, without oxygen through glycolysis. You know that the lifespan of RBCs is just 120 days. After dying, where do they go? Here comes your answer. The old or damaged RBCs are broken down in an organ known as spleen. You may see it in the GIF. Hemoglobin is recycled with iron reused and the rays converted to bilirubin, which is excreted in bile. This process takes place in liver. There are so many diseases associated with red blood cells. Let's study these diseases one by one. The first one is anemia. In this, there is low RBC count or hemoglobin, which leads to reduced oxygen transport, which may affect the normal functioning of certain vital organs of body. The next one is polycythemia. It is exactly opposite to anemia. In this, there is increased RBC count which can thicken the blood and increase clotting risks. The last one is sickle cell disease or sickle cell anemia. It is a genetic disorder where RBCs become crescent shaped or sickle shaped, affecting their ability to transport oxygen effectively. You all might have seen a sickle which is used to cut the crops. Sickle cell sufferer may not survive because he or she receives the defective genes from both the parents. A carrier survives but may have swelling over the bodies, may have iron deficiency. That's why they need to take care of their health throughout their life. Thank you very much. Do like and subscribe our channel CBSE Express. Welcome to CBSE Express. In this part, we are going to study components of the blood, part 2, that is WBCs, platelets, and plasma. Let's begin with white blood cells. The shape of white blood cell is generally spherical, but they can change shape as per requirement. The size is larger than red blood cells, typically ranging from 10 to 20 micrometers in diameter, depending on the type. They are of different types. That's why the size is also different. For instance, the size of neutrophil is ranging from 10 to 12 micrometer. Lymphocyte size is from 7 to 15 micrometer. Monocytes are the largest WBCs and the size is around 12 to 20 micrometer. Eosinophils and basophils are approximately 10 to 14 micrometers. White blood cells have so many roles and functions to play. For instance, neutrophils attack and destroy bacteria and fungi. Lymphocytes coordinate the adaptive immune response, targeting specific pathogens. The function of monocytes or macrophages is phagocytosis and immune regulation. Eosinophils defend against parasites and mediate allergic responses. Basophils trigger inflammation and allergic reactions. There are many diseases associated with white blood cells. One of them is leukemia, which is also known as blood cancer. Another one is lymphoma, which is the cancer of lymph glands. In both these cancers, the number of WBC increases. The next one is autoimmune disease, conditions where WBCs attack healthy tissues, for example, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis. Next is HIV/AIDS. In this, HIV virus destroys WBCs, thereby weakening the immune system. The next one is neutropenia. In this, low WBC count is observed, leading to frequent infections. The next one is eosinophilia. Here, excess WBCs due to allergies or infections cause inflammation. Kindly see the pictures. The next component of blood is platelets. Shape of platelets is quite irregular. It looks like a disc. They are small, flat and appear like tiny plates or fragments, which is how they got their name, that is plate-like. However, when platelets become activated, usually due to injury or blood vessel damage, They change shape and develop spiky or star like projections to help them adhere to surfaces and to one another, aiding in blood clot formation. The size is around 2 to 3 micrometer in diameter. Percent wise, they are less than 1% in blood. Let's study the role and functions of platelets in our body. First, they form blood clots to stop bleeding. They release chemicals to attract more platelets. They stabilize clots using fibrin. They promote wound healing by releasing growth factors. They support immune responses by interacting with white blood cells. Here are the platelets in action. See how they are forming a blood clot. Diseases associated with platelets. The first one is thrombocytopenia. In this, low platelet count is observed, which results in causing prolonged bleeding and easy bruising. A person loses a lot of blood. The next one is thrombocytopenia purpurea, that is TTP, and the thrombocytopenia, that is HIT. Now let's see what is thrombocytosis. In this, there is high platelet count which leads to blood clots or in some cases excessive bleeding. This is evident from the pictures shown here. Now the last component of the blood is the plasma transports the red cells, white blood cells around the body. Hormones, glucose, enzymes, salts, and waste products. It contains around 91 to 92% water. Its color is pale yellow and it is in liquid state. Its percentage in blood is quite high, that is 55% of the blood is plasma. In this part, we have studied four components of blood, that is red blood cells or erythrocyte, white blood cells or leukocyte, platelets or thrombocytes, and plasma. I hope you have understood the lesson. Thank you and like and subscribe our channel CBSE Express.